Welcome to the Steve Stine Guitar Podcast, brought to you by GuitarZoom.com. If you want to improve your guitar playing, keep listening. If you want to improve even faster, go to GuitarZoom.com, where you'll find all of Steve's premium courses, masterclasses, and memberships that'll help you quickly and easily improve your playing. Now here's your host, Steve Stine.
I was always a really big fan of, like, you ever listen to like Leo Kottke and guys like that?
Mm-hmm.
Love that kind of playing. It's just not something I studied when I was a kid, you know?
Not easy.
No. Amazing players.
Yep. It's interesting once you kind of go down that path. Everybody has kind of their thing that they do well.
Yeah.
Man, those acoustic blues guys that really get into it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like Steven Dahlberg.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. We're doing another acoustic guitar workshop for you. My name is Dan Denley, founder of GuitarZoom.com, and this is my good friend, Steve Stine. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you, Dan?
Good. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us. This is, we have a lot of these videos that we've done for you, acoustic guitar workshop. We are doing a whole series on the acoustic guitar. Thought that'd be something cool to do for you. Seems like everybody likes it so far. If you enjoy this, if you enjoy acoustic guitar, you want to learn, today we're going to talk about acoustic blues basics, some finger picking, and how to kind of get started with acoustic blues. And keep watching. If you want to learn acoustic guitar from A to Z, Steve has a new course that's called Acoustic Guitar by Steve Stine, and it's available at GuitarZoom.com. So guys, make sure that you subscribe and click the notify button to get notified of the next acoustic workshop series or next video, so you can get notified if you enjoy these. And they will be put together in a nice tidy playlist. In fact, I'm looking at it right now on the Steve Stine YouTube channel. We have, I think it's 11 videos on there right now that I'm looking at. We've got 5 tips every acoustic guitar player should know. We've got 3 secrets every guitar player, 3 finger picking patterns for acoustic guitar. Learn finger picking in 10 minutes. We got top 5 strumming patterns, 3 easy finger picking patterns, creative chord ideas, playing with style, single note jam session, which was a really fun one to do, top 5 acoustic chords, and how to play acoustic licks between chord changes. And we just did one, the last one we just did was 12-bar blues. We've done one on ocean strumming. We've done one on bouncing. So there's a lot of great videos on there for you guys. This is called the Acoustic Guitar Workshop. The playlist is there for you on the channel. And today we're doing acoustic blues basics. Finger picking. Take it away, my friend.
All right. So I get a lot of people that ask about, just doing some finger picking and adding licks. And so I want to keep this nice and easy. But basically, what you do is you build a bass line. And then you start learning how to add some licks into it. Now, again, I would keep it very straightforward to begin with until you get comfortable with it. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be taking that bass line, that repeating bass line, and I'm going to throw a lick in there. So like right here, what I'm doing is I'm playing the 3rd fret, giving it just a little bit of a bend, and then I'm playing a 0. But notice how I'm playing it with the bass line. So I don't want to stop the bass line from going. I want to keep that going the whole time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to build a few different licks here. So the first one is going to be, then what we're going to do is we're going to move down to the 2nd string and do exactly the same thing. Now, if you know anything about scales, what I'm actually doing is just taking some of these ideas straight out of the E minor pentatonic. If you don't know that scale, it's perfectly fine. You can just follow along with what we're doing here. But of course, I'll talk about all this stuff in the guitar course as well, how to play pentatonic and those sorts of things. So that's what I've got here is I'm adding in then right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in kind of a turnaround lick that just kind of starts this whole little pattern on E all over again. And what I'm doing is I'm playing 2 on the 5th string, 0 on the 4th string, and 2 on the 4th string. So I have... But when I'm doing that, of course, I still got my bass line going. So I'm playing both of those together. So I have... And you can try different things. You see, I can add in different places, different notes, different things like that, different movements with different licks. Okay? So those are some ideas that you can do over the E.
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
I love this kind of music too, because, well, I'm from Mississippi. My mother to this day lives in Como, Mississippi, which is on the Blues Trail. If anybody's a hardcore blues fan, there's this whole kind of trail you can go and wander through Mississippi and go through all the historical landmarks and stuff. And Como is actually there. Pretty cool place. Super cool, man. So we're talking about finger picking. I want to mention a couple of resources that I just thought of off the top of my head. Of course, Steve's new course, Acoustic Guitar, goes through all of this stuff, finger picking, scales, all of that. We also have another course, Steve, I don't know if you even remember this, but the 36 acoustic licks course.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
And that's also available for you guys there at GuitarZoom. And then if you're a hardcore blues person, we have a course by a gentleman who's an expert in this style. His name is Steven Dahlberg. And that's also available for you. That's called Acoustic Blues. And that course is available for you there at GuitarZoom as well. Just when you get to the homepage, click on Shop. And then all of these are sorted by category. If you're enjoying this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, go to GuitarZoom.com and consider becoming a premium member. There are 3 memberships to choose from. VIP, which gives you instant access to a library of short but powerful courses as well as new bite-sized lessons each month. There's also Play Songs that gives you step-by-step lessons so you can learn to play your favorite songs fast. And finally, there's Masterclass, university-level training on everything from soloing to music theory, from blues to home recording. For more info about these memberships and all the premium courses available to you, go to GuitarZoom.com. Now back to the podcast. What else you got for us, my friend? I love this stuff.
Yeah, so we're just going to take that idea and we're just going to move over to A. We're going to move to the 4 chord. So when the 4 chord comes up, instead of staying down here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move up and I'm going to start playing in the key of A minor pentatonic. Again, if you know that. If you don't worry about it. But when I come up, so what I'm doing there is I'm making a little melody along with my repeating bass line. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 8, 7, 5, and then 5, 6, 5, or 5, 6, 7, excuse me. And then I repeat exactly the same thing. But my last note heads up to the 5th fret of the 1st string. So again, I'm just trying to end it, right? So if I have this playing, and I add in then I can head back down. And I might end that and I could drop back into right? However I'd like. So
super cool, man. Guys, if you missed the session that we done on the 12-bar blues, that's all. We just finished it just the other day, and you can check that out. It's on the playlist of the 12-bar blues. More traditional than what we're talking about today. Today is all about finger picking. That video is all about using the 12-bar blues just for simple strumming patterns. Today's a little more complicated don't worry if you're kind of like, oh, this looks hard, these licks and stuff, because this kind of is, it's harder than just strumming with your thumb, right? Because you got to get your thumb to do the bass and then your fingers do the top. There's also a finger picking video that we did on which fingers go on which strings. You can check that out on the playlist. Today we're just kind of sticking with the blues licks and the simple kind of droning bass. What else, man?
Well, and then what I like to do with this is when I get to the 5 chord, which is the B, right? What I'll do is I'll just go there and do some traditional kind of picking to shake up the monotony, so it's not just a bunch of random licks. Like when I get to B, I'll play a B7, and I might do a... and see how it shakes it up, so it's not the same thing over and over and over. So I'm doing some licks over the 1 chord, which is the E. Then now here comes my 5, so I do a pattern, A, and again, you'll notice that I'm doing some different things, like with the B, I'm playing a bar chord, first of all, but I'm playing it as a B7, which just really sounds very bluesy. So when I go to the A chord, I do the same thing, I play it as a 7. And then sometimes I add in some notes of the pentatonic again. So there's some really cool stuff like that that you can do. So if I'm on the B, A, then E. Right? And the key with all this is, remember, depending on the situation you find yourself in, more isn't always better. Sometimes it's nice just to leave that bass line going and then add in. You know, it depends on what kind of sound you want. You can add more licks or less licks depending on what you have going on. So,
Love it, man. Such a cool style.
Yeah.
Where else do you want to take this?
Well, that's kind of all I have for now on this, is just learning how to think about, like, the couple things I want you to think about is how I took E and A, right? But what I did is, instead of playing them just in one position, I looked at different places. So over E, I was essentially playing E minor pentatonic or E blues. But over the A, I went to, and this is kind of a next level, but when I went to the A, I went to A minor pentatonic or A minor blues. So I actually shifted keys over that 4 chord. So those are just things I want you to think about a little bit. You could play all of your licks in the same spot, but if I just sat and went, it's going to sound the same, which might be cool, right? These are different things that you have to explore. So when you're practicing this stuff, you have to be able to, I mean, number one, you could just do what I just did, obviously. But number two, if you can visualize your chords and your scales at the same time, you can just explore different little ideas and take it slow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you actually just reminded me of another course that you have, Steve, called, the caged system of being able to take these chords and move them across the fretboard. The open chords, guys, the C, A, G, E, and D chords can be moved across the entire fretboard. And also there's chord chasing and things like that. That Steve goes over in that course. It's called Caged Made Simple. All of this, guys, is covered in Steve's new course. It's called Acoustic Guitar. And it's about acoustic guitar from A to Z. Big, massive course. You can bounce around in it. You don't have to go straight through it, unlike some of the theory stuff and other things that Steve's done in the past, where you kind of need to go sequentially. The acoustic guitar course, you can just pick out the parts that's most interesting to you. Like if you were interested in this finger picking stuff that we're talking about today, you can go right to that. If you're interested in the chord progressions, learning how that works, go to that. Strumming patterns, strumming techniques, licks, it's all there for you. It's in the course called Acoustic Guitar by Steve Stine, available at GuitarZoom.com. Anything else, my friend?
No, that's all I got. This is just getting them started with doing some basic finger picking, and then that ostinato bass line, learning how to do that. It takes a little while, and we're actually on the next session that Dan and I do, we're actually going to elevate that idea into the pop music market. So
nice. Again, guys, all of it's available for you on the channel. All the acoustic guitar workshops that we've done, the course is available for you. Acoustic Guitar by Steve Stine at GuitarZoom. Please subscribe and hit notify to get notified of the next acoustic workshop. And we will see you in the next session. Thank you so much for being here. You have no idea how much it means to us. We'll see you in the next one.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
All right. See you, Steve. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Next time on the Steve Stine Guitar Podcast. Well, I'm going to play the intro to this song, just the
Cool.
little beginning. I've always thought this was really cool. Like, oftentimes, because I grew up the way I did playing the music that I did with rock stuff and things, everything was always strumming. And then if I did finger picking, it was always, like a pattern or something. And I remember learning Rhiannon and thinking it was so cool how you have this bass line. And that's all it is. But then you've got this melody that's going on top of it, and sometimes the melody lines up with the notes that you're picking with your thumb, but sometimes it doesn't. So you got to be really careful. You got to really concentrate when you play and learn how to play both on and off the beat. So for instance, hey, Steve Stine here from GuitarZoom.com, and thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, can I ask you a favor? Please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Your feedback means more to me than you'll ever know. And be sure to check out my YouTube channels where you'll find over 1,000 videos to help you with your guitar playing. Thanks again for listening. Stay positive, keep playing, and keep having fun.
If you'd like some help with your guitar playing but you're not sure how to get started, go to GuitarZoom.com and look for the Help Me Choose survey. By answering a few simple questions, you'll get Steve's personal recommendation of the perfect course for you. All this and more is available for you at GuitarZoom.com.